Another week of learning and trying to make it, man.
Yeah, another. So can we?
Excited?
Hell yeah, of course.
I'm pretty excited too. Every week is like a new episode. We come in.
Duh.
No, sorry. Like first episode every week is like feels like we
Mhm.
haven't done that in a like never, and then that's like first time us getting
Yeah.
into a studio.
It has that like kind of its mini adrenaline rush to it.
Right.
Yeah. How you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
I've been pretty good too. I mean, it was like uh, it was a bumpy week,
hmm
but now we are at the end of it, so I'm glad.
Like bumpy week in terms of our stuff or for you?
For me, I would say,
Mhm.
because I had some projects, some edits didn't go as I thought it would be. It would go.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. Yes.
Even with our episodes, sometimes like I'm super bumped. I'm like, there's gonna be so many clips in this
Mm.
one, and then I put it in there. There's nothing. I'm like, no,
Exactly.
no.
Like you expect, you're like, oh, I got it. This
Yeah.
is it,
Yeah.
or at least this is 75% of it. But yeah, it happens. And it it was like few things happening like right after each other. So that was a little bit tricky.
In terms of what do you mean?
Like you know
happening with each other?
the work that had to be done in a way that I wanted to be done.
hmm
Um, but now it's over. That's good. That's fine. We are ready for next week's and like next campaigns. So that's fine. I mean, a
Do
few
you,
days I felt kind of shitty, but now I'm fine again.
that's good. So you're talking about like general work stuff.
About the marketing stuff that we do with
You
the
no longer
companies.
you're no longer working for a company, right?
I do work on a company, but in not full time anymore.
hmm
So I do part time, and I do few marketing gigs, kind of in a way. So
Just
different
on
companies.
the side.
Yes.
So you just work with them like a contractor. Whenever there's
Exactly.
work, you work with them. But if there's no work, then you don't have to be there.
For the marketing gigs.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, because that's what I love to do.
Right.
You know, like in a company, like I do stuff. Yes, it is not bad, I guess. But for example, my job is more B2B. And B2B is fine. It has its own challenges. It is in a way nowadays it's much different. It used to be so dry,
hmm
but now everybody realizes that, oh well, B2B, that B again is a person. It's another human. It's kind of
What is?
the B2B, like it's
B2.
business to business
Mhm.
marketing, right? So in 5 years ago, it was like, hey man, like it should be like a certain dryness to it. Like you shouldn't do things that um, you usually do with the B2C kind of client.
Mhm.
But now it's more about, okay, like even B2B is sort of like a B2C. The other person is again the same person that is on social media, that is on LinkedIn or whatever. They consume content. They want to be entertained. They want to work with companies that have more. Uh, it kind of like triggers some interest in them,
Mhm.
and in that term, B2B is getting more interesting, but at the same time, the founders haven't made that shift yet. So
Where do
out
you think they are stuck at?
traditional uh, mindset.
Can you tell me a little bit more about? I have no idea about marketing,
Mm,
man. I never
mm,
done that. Neither went to school for
yeah.
it. But can you?
So you know, in OB, in organizational behavior, there is this element which is uh, management. I mean, management style or management way of approaching to marketing of its business, and usually when the company is older than 10 years, you have classic management traditional old school management, which
Right.
they are like from 10 years ago, and they grew from that to got to this point. So they think, okay, well, what got me here, it's gonna get me there,
Right.
which is not the case.
It is not.
It is not the case.
You know, it's funny
Mm,
because I actually been through that this week.
no way.
Yes. I was talking to my manager. They are hiring a new assistant sales manager, and I was asking him like, what is he looking for? And from what he was telling me, it's like they just looking for the traditional manager.
Mm,
You need some change, right?
right.
Because sure, like it works, but there's already 3 of them in your team. Do you need another one, or you need something? You need to bring something new that the other dealerships doesn't really do. There are some dealerships that actually does it in terms of like trainings,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like sales job is pretty solitary business. When you get into it, you're a salesperson, you're very solitary. And it has I would say some like the toxicity to it too, because nobody wants to share nothing with no one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone is there, they want to do their own thing, which is good. But as a team, if everyone is performing, then everyone is performing, right? But if there's couple of them just performing and the other ones are falling, there's something going on.
Mm.
So doesn't mean that if you take those 2 3 that is actually working for them to get them to train the other guys. How do you do that? You don't just give them an authority, right? Because somebody might not like it. You might be there for 2 years, the other person is there for 6 years, but you might be doing better than them, but they're not gonna accept that. Some people, right? They're gonna be like, oh, I've been here longer than you. Like, who are you to teach me this? But in terms of creating an environment where people are learning from each other in a friendly way, it's like, hey man, like I understand you doing this, but how would I approach it is this way, and actually taking feedbacks and learning from each other, because you might be really good with internet leads, the other one might be very good with walk-ins, the other one might be very good with phone calls. So what do? You're good with internet leads. You're an average salesperson. You're doing 10 to 12 cars a month. You learn how to deal with walk-ins. That takes you to 13 to 14, because there's for sure that there's 2 customers that's gonna walk in, and you're gonna be able to close them. Then you learn how to make phone calls. You bring 1 or 2 deals from there. Now you're at 16, 17 deals a month. It's just very traditional. They mostly sell cars, sell cars, sell cars, do this, do that, but no hands-on experience. So when you said like traditional, they are stuck in like, what worked for 10 years. They still think that that's going to work for another 10 years, which is not.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this might be actually a good thing in a way, because how the economy works and how the new generation of entrepreneurs are coming, like they take over a traditional market, like companies. How that happens is like exactly like that, because it's how the management works. Are they flexible or not flexible?
Right.
And new companies tend to be more flexible, tend to experiment more, and they are able to experiment more because they don't have this kind of like legacy that they have to kind of be so much like taken care of, like careful about like their reputation, which in a sense, these traditional managers, they can keep the reputation, like they can like have it like a safeguard, like a PR, that everything they produce goes through this PR filter. But they have this mindset that no, like if we do something, it's gonna mess up with our reputation. It's gonna mess up with the system that we already created. Yeah.
They maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
need, from my opinion, in your team, whatever you're doing, you need risk takers,
Mm-hmm.
right? Hey, I know this is working for the past 10 years.
Right.
We can just maintain it. We'll
Mm-hmm.
just keep doing what everyone has been doing. Seems to work out. But if you want to go to the next level, now we got to do something we never done. So I think you just need more risk takers in your company. And when you say new companies, it's just the new generation is, there's a lot of people that does take risks. And also what happens is that they, when they come into the business, especially if you're trying to do something that is already been done, right? You're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but you are trying to reimagine the wheel. So when you're coming into the space, if you're a very driven person and you're trying to be successful, you do have to take a look at it from a different perspective and look at it from the out of the box, right? You just cannot think like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it. So, like this mindset that hey, it's not about reinventing the wheel; it's reimagining the wheel. I think that's the point. That's the key. Because reimagining the wheel, it means like you go from the bone, you go like, okay, like even I don't start with the round stuff. Maybe for me a triangle works.
Right.
Maybe a different shape will work. Maybe we change the whole dynamic of it. Yeah, exactly. Maybe we are in a different surface, so we need a different kind of wheel. So this mindset of reimagining the way of work, it's what I think the new entrepreneurs have, and that's what's been so successful too. So we are seeing so many more successful companies these days. Every month something is popping up, $100 million sale, like half a billion there, half a billion there. So that all comes from this mentality that you said. It's like they didn't invented anything. It's almost everything is invented, right? It's just the approach they have for the same exact business is like, hey man, like who said we have to do this? Who said we have to follow this rule book of this business? This how we get customers, how we maintain their relationship, how our processing time is. Who says I want to do something different?
Right.
I'm gonna make it different. And nowadays is such a great time because now, of course, with AI and everything, you can do everything much faster, which can be tricky too. It might get you faster. It might actually delay you more because now you have more options. Right. So it's like a double-edged sword that you have to carefully use it.
Right. You said I was gonna say it. It's like you have to learn how to use it proper way.
Yes.
Because even when we were talking about it, it's like if you go to ChatGPT and say, "Oh, give me this idea," like give me a business idea, it will give you a bunch of business idea. But if you tell what kind of business you're trying to do, either trying to help people, trying to help construction workers, trying to help health givers, all that kind of stuff. Right. So it's like when you go to details, it does help. But if you don't go into details, I think it can swerve you out of your way very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think you need to know the rules. You have to learn the principles, like what Picasso said. So, know the rules.
Learn what?
Like, know the rules and then break it. You can't just go, I'm gonna break shit. You have to know the structure. So
I never heard that quote before.
Yes, yeah.
It's
one of my favorite actually quotes.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and I think.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. Know the rules and then break it, or something similar.
Right.
I think that's a quote.
No, that is a pretty good quote.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean that's how because if you see Picasso painting, that's kind of the vibe too. It's kind of like like what the fuck is happening in after 10 years.
So when was the since we're talking about this, when was the last time you got rejected by a company or an individual that you wanted to do marketing for them and they were not very open to the change, but they wanted to stick to traditional ways? If that question is gonna
just repeat it. Sorry, repeat it with just more energy.
Okay, wait a second. Oh yeah, I forgot my question for a second. So when was the last time that, if that question is gonna make you think too hard, we can just move on from it. But when was the last time that you got actually rejected by a company or an individual that you wanted to do marketing for, but they were not open to trying to new things, but they wanted to stick with traditional ways.
Mm-hmm.
They did not see your vision.
That's a good question. I mean, I have a few in my head, top of my head. I don't know which one is more interesting, but so I give you a short one and a medium one. So a short one was like for a coffee shop. It was a nice coffee shop, like a nice looking coffee shop, and I wanted to, because every time, like, yeah, I mean, basic marketing, yes, I'll do those, yeah, like whatever it is everybody's doing,
Right.
but I always love to do something unique, something that is outside the box, kind of a little bit, not crazy new, but at the same time a little bit something fresh. For example, for this coffee shop, I was like, hey, let's do a series that is like with your cashier and, for example, a customer, which is not a customer, it's like one of our people.
Right.
And they have this kind of like a cinematic interaction about, like, a conversation about something interesting.
Mhm.
So it's like a funny thing. It's like a skit, exactly. It's like a skit. And when I pitched the idea and I showed a little bit examples, the cafe owner was like, "No, man, how is gonna make us money?" I'm like, "You have to first make them interested. You're gonna make them interested. What the heck is this interesting thing that I'm keep seeing? It's in Vancouver. Oh, that's cool. Wow, it's a coffee shop here doing so like a New York style kind of vibe.
Right.
So it's like a funny story wise. I see different cashiers that you have, so I'm connecting with your staff.
Right.
I'm seeing at least one item or a couple items in the same video, and also it's funny. I'm like, oh man, this coffee shop is very creative. Let me check it out. So that was like few of my reasons, but he was like, nah, just give me the pictures of the food and stuff. Which I was like, well, I'll do that, obviously. But I'm like, people are in social media, they're consuming entertainment. I mean, yeah, a nice cake and nice coffee, sure, we do that. But creating entertainment is the toughest thing.
Yes.
It's the most interesting aspect of it. They get people to think about you in a different way. Okay, let me I gotta try to share. They share it to their friends.
If it's funny,
check this place out.
Yeah.
It's funny. The drink looks good. So it's like a whole package. But they said no. The other story was for a B2B company that I still I think it's a good idea. So it was like, hey, let me shoot your two different contents. So one is your salesperson is gonna have like a talking head videos that are explaining kind of the product, but in a fun way. So they're kind of like moving around, the camera angle changes, the lighting is cinematic. So it's interesting for not the normal people, for the showrooms that you sell your stuff to. So they are still getting what everybody is producing for them, but in a more engaging way.
So you wanted to put those videos in the showroom?
No, so it's like this B2B is like you sell products and then you give them information how to sell it. So that section that gives information of how to sell it, hey, let's reimagine that. Let's not do everything that everybody else does.
Right.
Make some brand loyalty from the salesperson in the showroom to our brand.
Right.
Because they'd be like, oh, wow, these guys, they care about me? And nobody cared about me before. So they feel in that sense. And the other thing that I pitched was, hey, let's do like Vox, like a journalism kind of YouTube style, that your A&D, your it's like a specific salesperson. It's for a specific subject.
Does A&D stands for anything?
Yeah, it's like architecture and design.
Mm-hmm.
So your A&D person goes to these showrooms or whatever new building or whatever, we document it. So it's like a day kind of in a life of this salesperson.
Right.
So they go, it's kind of like a fun, interesting. They go to this new build task. Hey, like this is our product here. Oh wow, it's interaction with other people, seeing their products, talking with the installers. Oh wow, yeah, it was so easy to install. Oh man, it's so popular. Or even she goes like, for example, the showrooms. We go showrooms. He's like, oh yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Oh you guys, this is our wall. Check out our product. Oh man, I love this thing. So she goes, explore her favorites, not necessarily in our brand. I mean, not in our category, of course. Different categories that she likes, and then in the middle it's our brand. We advertise for our brand. So first entertainment, then you showcase your product.
Right. I mean, honestly, that's a very good angle to look at it, because once you get that salesperson to show the day of his life, like at work, it creates the probability of somebody is liking them from the video and wants to specifically go for that salesperson, right?
Exactly.
They're like, oh, like this guy is professional. Oh, this guy knows his product. So then when they go to the company, they want to ask for that guy. So that actually, helps the salesperson and also the company. If salesperson has more customers, then the company has most customers, right? Yeah.
But traditional management, no. This is stupid. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
So they don't see it in that way. They just see it, okay, like if I don't see my product in the first half a second, this is a bullshit.
Right.
We are wasting money. We are wasting time. Why? So you have to show me my product. Push it in their face. And I'm like, well, that's expired. Like pushing in the face. You have the content for pushing in your face, but you should have that content that is not pushing. It's more brand love, kind of.
Right. What I think is that everybody wants to achieve it fast. So if you are proposing them something that is going to take time, that's I think where those traditional managers won't see the vision, because they want to see result in a week. When they do marketing, they want to see result in a month. Maybe they will. Like, you never know, right? You make one video, it's a banger, it's the first video.
Yeah.
Then in the first week you get the product. But then your salesperson is not that experienced to make videos. You just getting to know them, you just getting to know the store, how to move, where to stand, where the light comes. So then it takes time, right? It's like a time investment. That's one of the problems I think that is nowadays going on the world, because people are forgetting one thing. Good things takes time.
Definitely.
Right? When you think about your grandfather, when you think about your father, when you think about their father, when they were building a business that took them 30 years to build, 20 years to build, right? It takes time. But what happened with the social media is, with all the YouTubers, all the stock market traders, like all that kind of stuff, what made it is like, okay, money can be achieved fast, right? It can be,
right,
but not for everybody. Like some people does need to take their time, because their business model is completely different than a stock market. Like stock market, you can put some stock in $10,000, something goes on trends, and then you make $100,000, $1 million. Now you're good financially, right? But people does forget that the good things takes time.
Yeah, I would argue most CEOs, or at least most of CEOs, they actually think long term, because when you own a business, they always think long term.
Right.
Like, they know money comes long term. That's why they spend the initial cost, they buy the inventory, they pay the staff. They do think long term, but they just don't understand the new ways, I guess. I'm not sure what is it yet. I haven't figured it out.
I have a question. Do you usually, when you're trying to get a client in the door, do you see the CEO or you see the manager?
Depends on the structure of the company, I would say. Sometimes CEO is the manager.
would you say that when the CEO is manager is more like a smaller business, or you think
Definitely.
right?
Yes. A smaller
So when you're
business.
working with the big companies, you are working with the managers, right?
Yes.
Those managers are result driven, which everyone is, but
Mm.
at the same time, their job is hanging on the edge based on results. If you're not delivering results,
Exactly.
then what are you doing?
Exactly.
So when you talk to those managers, if you're telling them a plan that's gonna take 5 months, they're like, "No, man, I don't have 5 months to
My
prove myself."
KPIs are in this
Yes, yeah,
month.
I don't have 5 months to prove myself to my boss that I did something good for the company and I'm bringing results in, right? So
Definitely.
I think that might be one of the breaking points in those senses. But
Mm.
yeah, not a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of people are good salespeople, so
yeah. No, I agree.
sometimes they don't know how to explain that to the CEO because they spending the CEO's money, not their money. So
Yes.
it is a hard like middle
Yes.
ground, man.
And yeah, exactly. No, you're on point. Yeah, exactly. Even I think one other element is like uh these managers, they kind of, I don't know, sometimes they're afraid from the CEO, so they less tend to take less risks because of this feeling that they have. Oh man, like I'm gonna look bad against CEO, or I'm gonna oh man, I'm gonna mess up again. Maybe
Right.
they already messed up in something, they are not performing as well in
They're
something,
they don't have
and
another
they don't take,
chance.
yeah, they don't
Right.
take the new chance. They're like, oh man, I'm already a little bit behind. I can't do something new that might work in 5 months, might not work in 5 months, so they don't take that chances.
Right.
But again, I think we are, it it's gonna kind of goes back to that. Is it the company? How old is the company?
Right.
The newer the company, the more chances they likely to take, because they have this opportunity to take chances, and
Right.
the CEO understand that making money, it's all about trying different things, risking some stuff, and like go for it,
Right.
just go for it and think, see what happens.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah. What do you think would kind of like be a good change in a way in your management styles?
Oh
Because
man.
you're saying they're hiring more traditional, right? But what is a modern manager? Like, what would the manager do that you call it modern management?
I was watching a couple videos this week. There's that one YouTube channel. I forgot the name, but I can show you after. He makes stories of great leaders in the past.
Hmm.
Julius Caesar,
Okay.
like the Alexander the Great, right? What I saw in those people, the common quality is they are hands on.
Mm.
They're not in the back. They are in the field with their soldiers fighting. So what I think that the modern managers are missing is none of them are shoulder by shoulder. So imagine two types of manager, right? You're a salesperson. I come to you. I'm like, hey Sina, you need to make 50 phone calls today,
Okay.
and then I leave you to it. I don't follow up with you. I don't do anything, and then you're just sitting there on your phone. You're just bullshitting, right? Just sitting on your ass, waiting for a customer to come. But you do have the potential. And then do you think that's gonna be successful?
Probably not.
And then there's another manager.
Mm.
You're sitting on your table. He comes, pulls the chair, sits down with you, open the list, the phone call list, dial one, and then he dials one, and then you give them a feedback, right? You're like, hey, next time try this opener, dial one, give me one, and then you sit down with your salesperson, and you are the one who's talking on the phone. Hey, my name is Ali. I'm calling from da 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 da, right? Putting them in that mood, making 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever it takes for them to sit down there to build that confidence, because some things are not easy. Not that everybody likes making phone calls, right? Picking up that phone, making a phone call to someone that you don't know, and also that there's a huge, like, high possibility that they're gonna tell you to fuck off, because
Mhm.
nobody likes salespeople on the phone, right? When you even tell us calls you, hey, we have this new plan, blah blah. You're like, I'm not interested. You just hang up. Some people are more ruder. They're like, why are you calling me, right? It just takes energy from you. But as a salesperson, you really need to be able to control your emotions, especially in those scenarios, because they don't matter. You don't even know them. You never seen them. But for a salesperson to understand that, it takes time. So if I'm just coming to you and telling you, do this, do that, and then just leave, rather than sitting down with you and telling you, like doing it with you, right? I'm taking the fault too. Customer is telling me to fuck off, and I'm just laughing. So then that tells the salesperson it is okay. Like even the manager is getting a fuck off. So
Right.
it's okay for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think that's a modern managers are lacking. They just want to, they have the title, I'm a manager, this is what I do. I don't need to help them, but I just need to tell them what to do. So when I said that those like that YouTube channel I was watching, Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, they were on the field with a sword fighting with them, right? And then when the soldiers are seeing that, that is motivation for them. They're like, even our king is with us fighting here.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
one story of Alexander the Great. They are going to a war field, and then the weather is super harsh. It's taking so long. Everybody is drained, no water. And what that guy does is he's on the horse. He jumps down, and because all the soldiers are like, "Oh, should we go back? Like maybe we shouldn't do this." Everyone is demotivated because they're hungry, they're thirsty. He jumps off the horse. He walks with them, and when the people sees that, they follow him. There's another story. They're all thirsty. They were able to find a little bit of water,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, who's that water is gonna go to?
The commander.
Right, the
Mm.
king.
Mm.
They bring it to him. He dumps it down because he's like, if everyone is thirsty, nobody's drinking, I'm not drinking. Right? When you
Wow.
do that, when you suffer with your people as a leader, they do respect that. You need to earn that respect as a manager for your people to perform. Because if you're just sitting at your table giving orders and you're not doing anything, just waiting for salespeople to bring deals, then there's no respect. For
Right.
me, I don't know how the other salespeople thinks, but for me, I don't have respect to that.
Right. So I think what you're saying is like, I guess it can be in any field, like any, it's not even
100%.
sales. So any manager, it's like, hey, like, let your employees see that you're hard at work
Right.
too. So that motivates, okay, man, this guy with all this success, money, I mean, his employee, he's still at it. He's still putting the time. He's coming early. He's leaving late. He's hustling.
Right.
And that gives that, like that helps with the momentum of the whole company, you say.
Yes, 100%. Of course, it's not just sales. It applies to everything. I used to do landscaping before sales, and I was a supervisor.
All right.
And that's exactly the type of supervisor that I was. You can't, like, when we have a project, we need to get something done. It's a big job. I was there side by side with them. I have the tool. Like, I'm just working with them, right?
Right.
I'm showing them, hey, like, I am here. I'm not just telling you guys to do it. I know it's a hard project, but we are doing it together, and we're gonna finish this, and we're gonna feel proud at the end because it's
Right.
a big project. That's the type of that leader I always aim to be. I don't like telling people what to do and holding them to a standard that I don't even hold myself to. But funny enough, when I'm by myself on some certain projects, not certain projects, but that's what I'm trying to learn in life, right? In that part, great, I can do it. But when I'm just by myself on a single project, I do find it hard to hold myself up to standard. And that's usually why I'm always like hard on myself. It's
I mean,
funny.
that's fair.
It's contradicting thing, but that's
Yeah,
how
I
it is. I'm
think,
trying to learn.
You know, it's like gravity. Like
Mhm.
you always have this resistance in your work or whatever you do. Like to work more, work better. There's like this oh man, why am I pushing? Or I rather rest, or rather still keep in the same level, because the more you want to jump, the stronger the gravity and the stronger the pull.
Right.
So you feel like, oh man, is it even worth it? And you know, it reminds me that I mean, probably everybody read it already. It's like that Atomic Habits book. So there was like this chart that says, okay, that disappointment valley or something.
Disappointment value.
Disappointment valley, like
Valley.
like a valley, yeah.
Right.
So it's like when you put the work and you don't see a result, and in the space in between, it's the disappointment valley that everybody kind of like gets disappointed and stop the work. But if you pass that disappointment valley, now you see the visible growth.
Disappointment valley about yourself.
About anything you do, it's
Mhm.
like about putting work in towards a goal, but you don't see progress. Progress is the word. So so you get disappointed. You're like, oh man, I'm putting the work, but progress, I don't see that much. The results, not here.
Mhm.
So you fall down from, like, you stop trying. That's the problem. But the whole point is like, hey, uh, you gotta kind of accept it that it's okay to not see a result for a while. So you just keep at it. You know, I guess it's just important that you choose something that will have a result, which is, I guess, is tricky. Like, everybody thinks something has a result too, right? So that's it. I don't know how to you can fix it. I don't know. Talk to your GPT, I guess. I mean, he's gonna say you're right, but talk with a friend, I guess.
Do you think in those cases a purpose would help?
Life purpose, you mean, or
Whatever you're doing, what like you need to have a purpose on behind
Mhm.
on what you do, right?
right?
Even when you leaving the house, you have a purpose of leaving the house because you want to go grab food or you're going to meet a friend or something.
Right.
But purpose is more, in that sense, will be you have you gonna going to meet a friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal,
Right.
and then the action is that you need to leave the house,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, wouldn't be helpful for you if your purpose was to keep promises. So then, since you gave your word to your friend, don't you think that will motivation comes and goes? I don't know what will be a good word for that, but your purpose in life is to keep promises.
So the goal is going out with your friend, but the purpose is not like respect your word.
Goal and purpose is different things, right?
Yeah.
So goal is what you want to achieve, but
Right.
purpose is more
Why you want?
why do you want to achieve it exactly.
Mm.
So when you give a promise to your friend that you are going to meet them tomorrow at 8 p.m., but the 8 p.m. comes and you don't want to leave the house, but in life your purpose is keeping promise. That's one of them. So when that purpose comes into play, you're thinking to yourself, okay, I need to keep my word. Even though I feel shitty, I do not want to go out, but I already gave my word. So I got to
Right.
keep my promise.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, at the beginning with us, it was the same thing. Actually, funny enough, it was for me too. I'm like, man, like I promised Ali, I'm gonna be there Thursday. So I'm gonna be there Thursday. It was like, oh man, maybe some days I'm like, oh man, a little bit, I don't feel it. But I promise I'll be there, so I'm just gonna put myself out and just be there. And when you're there, you're like, oh man, good thing that I did it. And this purpose is, I guess, it's like an extra kick for you that
Uh-huh.
to still push it towards the goal in a way. I guess even entrepreneurship is like this too. It's like you have a goal of serving whatever you're doing is a service product or whatever, but your purpose can be widely different. So your goal might be selling products, your purpose is helping some specific people by providing whatever you're providing. Or for example, in my marketing, it's like, okay, like goal is I guess more clients, do more work. Purpose is like I want to have a more vibrant city. Like I want more to create more creative jobs, to have more people thinking that, oh man, this is a fun city. There's a lot of things I see fun content. So that, like, why New York is New York, you know? Why is that? I mean, obviously that people, maybe New York is very extreme, but I can't think about a city that is like a less New Yorky. But in a sense, like New York is New York, yeah. People hustle 100%, but 50% of it is what you saw from New York, right? What you never been to New York, so many people, right? But
Right.
they love it.
Right.
Why? How? You never been there. You never felt the streets.
Right.
You never talked with people. You never got that vibe of, oh wow, it's so cool. Everything can happen in New York.
Right.
You might see someone at the coffee shop at night. You're in a I don't know, whatever is your goal is. You're in a sitting with billionaires or whatever.
Right.
So uh, that 50% that is like this image, how you saw this image is content. You just saw videos, you just saw photos, you just saw comments, you just saw tweets about New York. That's why you're feeling this way. So, in a sense, when you produce more cool shit, cool stuff, when you produce cool stuff, the projection of the stuff and the whole in your head is gonna be like, oh wow, well, it's gonna improve at least.
Right.
You're gonna feel much better towards it. So if they say, okay, Vancouver is boring, you're like, but I don't see enough cool content. I guess I don't see, like, there are cool shit happening here too. There are cool stuff, cool events every week, but
I
you don't
honestly-
see that much.
I still haven't figured out what Vancouver is designed for. Or what mostly what I'm seeing is like work, right? There's not much of a social life. I don't know. Maybe it's just for me because that's what I've been seeing around me, right? And I don't see what I don't see. But
Exactly.
from what I'm seeing is that like it's mostly work and work. There's a lot of beautiful stuff, but also it brings me to my point which we were talking about before the podcast. There's so many things in around Vancouver in BC that is not fun to so many people. When people say Vancouver is a boring city, what do they talk about? Party life. Oh, the clubs are shit in Vancouver. Oh, like there's no nightlife in Vancouver, right? It's boring city, but people forgets to talk about how many beautiful lakes are there, how many beautiful sceneries out there, how many nice like the hikes that you can take that will fulfill your, soul. Like
Yeah.
you'll be relaxed and you'll be finding more peace in those environment.
Or fun too.
Absolutely,
It is fun.
Depends on who you're with, right?
And who will choose?
Yeah.
Exact. And like a good point you said, because like when you think about New York, you don't think about, oh, best clubs in the state. You they don't say that. But you say, okay, Vancouver is boring because the nightlife sucks. I mean, the clubs sucks.
That's what I've been always hearing.
Yeah,
When I
that's
talk
crazy.
to some people, like when I talk to people, oh, why do you think Vancouver is boring? Oh, the nightlife sucks in Vancouver. The
Ah.
clubs are shit.
Right.
Like, what about the beauty outside the downtown? Like when
Mhm.
you just drive 30 minutes outside the Vancouver, what about those beauties, right?
Yes.
But I think the shifts on what is appreciated and what is not appreciated is unbalanced nowadays.
Yeah.
The timeline we are living in.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking, maybe. But I'm not sure about this, but maybe it's a little bit because of like Vancouver. It's because of like people are at least it's famous for, okay, they say hi, like you get basic friendship, but
Mhm.
they never invite you out for something.
Right.
They in a way they want to get invited to themselves, but they're like they don't establish this connection, or maybe that's one of the differences between here and New York is like, okay, like you meet someone in New York in a bar, in a street or whatever, they're going somewhere, they're like, hey, I'm going there tonight. It's like
Would you like to join?
they have like a, yeah, exactly, like, hey, do you want to come? Or they take side, do you want to come? They don't see like, okay, like, oh man, let me first become real close friend with you and then invite you to the stuff. They're like, hey guys, it's a community, like you seem cool right now, so let's go. Let's every event is like, every gathering is like this. It's a house gathering, or it's like an event place. They're like, okay, we want more strangers because strangers make the stories.
Do My comment to that will be, do you think then more in Vancouver the people are more reserved than outgoing? Because me personally, what you describe, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Like a stranger that I just met, I
Mm.
don't think I would invite them to somewhere that I'm invited, because I
Mm.
don't know how they're gonna behave there, right?
Right.
And they are invited by me, so
Right.
that's not good for my reputation.
Mm.
Do you think that?
I get
And
that.
I'm also a very reserved person, right? I don't like sharing my personal life in that sense, like my family side. Like, I don't like, sharing that. I'm more reserved. So do you think the people that comes to Vancouver are more reserved than outgoing? Or what do you think that will be that
Hmm.
might be one of the reasons?
I mean, I can't say for sure, but I, I think maybe they're not reserved, but they get to be reserved because they think, cause kind of like the vibe is, and you want to be like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So when you feel like, oh well, everybody is reserved, everybody is like very cautious, everybody is, which is ironic because Vancouver actually, I think it has even more interesting people and more kind of like, you don't need to be that cautious
Right.
because most people here, I mean, I'm not saying um, older folks, but young people here, they all came here because they're adventurous people, and they're interesting people too. Like they left their country, they had a good life usually. Because Vancouver is expensive, right? You don't come here if you don't have money, or you
Right.
don't or you weren't a little bit successful, or you didn't have a social life. For the most part, I would say. So they come here, and then they see, oh well, I guess the norm here is to be more reserved, so I have to adopt to here, to this reservedness or whatever.
Right.
But I think culture is a dynamic thing. You can change the culture. You can, because culture is moving, right? It's like, yeah, there is like traditional culture. Obviously, there is like that fixed thing, but the current culture is like it's a dynamic thing. It's always changes based on whatever is happening. I guess
Mm-hmm.
whatever is in your social, whatever is um, the algorithm trying to create as a culture. I guess because it can. You're like, okay, well, that's the norm. I guess
Right.
now I'm seeing so many videos of it, so that's a new culture.
Maybe the negativity is very normalized in Vancouver.
Negativity.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, most of
Negativity.
the people, when you look, there are certain groups of people that they are doing very well
Right.
and they are very comfortable living in Vancouver. But there are also so many people that is struggling to make the ends meet, right? Paycheck to paycheck. Like I cannot expect those people to be very positive in a sense. Is like everybody is not mentally very strong people, right? Like when you have problems, I'm one of them, man. I'm one of them.
You're the problem.
If I'm being honest, like when I don't put my weight on other people, but when I'm struggling with something, or like when I have a problem, it is super hard for me to just put that aside. That's one of the things that I'm working every day, right? I'm
Mhm.
working every day towards to be more, okay, whatever is happening is happening. What can we do? And just go out and be positive and thrive. That's
Right.
one of the things that most of the people that around me tells me all the time, right? They're like, hey man, we can tell by your face. Like we can tell that you're not happy, like what's going on, right? If
Oh,
you like
ouch.
when you yeah, I know. It's not a good thing
Hmm.
that I'm working towards it to fix it, because it really is not a good thing.
Right.
When I go to work, if I have a problem, if you can't read it by my face, it means the customer can read it by my face. If the customer is reading by my face, I'm not selling a car, because
Hmm.
I'm not there to sell a car. I'm just,
Facing
I'm
your
not
demons.
present.
Hmm.
Right. Exactly. So I think it's one of the things that I really do need to work on, because as a man that's not gonna get me for further in life, because every time that happens, which is, as a man, our life is full of problems, man. Like you,
Bet.
every single day there's a different problem as a man, right? And if I don't get through this, and if I keep doing what I'm doing, every day I'm just gonna go back. Every day I'm just gonna go back instead of moving further. So that's one of the things that I really do want to work on. And yeah, in Vancouver, I think that might be one of the reasons why people, more negative. So
Yeah.
much problems.
Might be, yeah. So, I mean, I guess we can't change people, but we
Right.
can
Change
change the
ourselves.
people ourselves, yeah. Ourselves and people around us.
Right.
Um,
It makes a difference.
it
Makes a
does.
huge difference. If
Does.
you change yourself, you can go out and maybe be a light in 5 people's life, man. Right? You can go out with your smile, or even the way you say hi or how are you. You can actually make people feel better, and if you make 2 people feel good that day, that's a win for you and your soul.
Yeah.
Because now you're just not walking around with like a black cloud that just spreading negativity.
Yeah. Yeah, I would even argue that when you have that mood, you attract people that have the same mood
Right.
too. So one of the things that I love about Vancouver is like I remember like many times that I was like starting something new
So-
or it's okay. Something new or something like a project, a fun project. When I put myself out there and when I talked with people that are a little bit related to that project, they supported me a lot. Like they were like, "Oh shit, like good for you, man.
Right.
Anything we can do to help." So they have, they're higher in I don't know, like position wise, I guess, or they have like a jobs that might kind of help my cause, and no string attached. Even like people that I don't know even that much, they just when you have that vibe, they feel it.
That's
they
how you and
see
me
it.
met
Exactly.
in the
Yes.
elevator, right?
Yeah, we were like, I mean, it's
Yeah, I
your
felt the
skills too,
energy.
It's like
I-
your skill too. Like
yeah.
you initiated the. I would never talk usually. I'm usually like this.
No, I always kept seeing you in the elevator, and then I was like, let me say hi to him. And then that's how we met, and then your energy,
Yes.
and we're like, let's make a connection.
Exactly.
Let's exchange numbers, right?
That's the way, like you put yourself a little bit out there, at least you try to find a new connection, hit or miss, at least you don't know at the beginning, but when you at least create this branch, create this kind of like a step towards it, or create that electron or whatever, you can kind of test it out, and at least it creates a relationship. Like we didn't just get along like first meeting, we said hi, and then we met one time again, and then we kind of like
Right.
hit it off.
Right.
So I think even Vancouver is like this too. Like you can just meet random people outside, when you're waiting for coffee, or you're on the street, you're seeing something interesting.
Right.
So many times you can just say whatever, man. Who cares?
Just like we
Why
were.
why you're overthinking this? Just go for it. Just it doesn't need to be like something crazy. Just maybe a new friendship, a new connection, or new
Right.
whatever.
I agree.
Even it's your everyday practice, a confidence practice.
It's like just we were talking about small changes, small wins every day, just like small changes every single day. Well, man, I can sit down here, talk to you more and more,
Same.
but let's leave something to next week. I'm very excited to, sit down again next week and share more. But yeah, thank you guys. If you guys made it this far, don't forget to follow, like, comment,
Probably
share.
subscribe, right?
share, do everything to support. I'm just kidding. But if you liked it, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you guys. See you in the next one.